Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Mushoku Tensei Season 2 episode number 11 reaction. Okay, the previous episode was the episode where quite a few things changed. First of all, at the beginning it was like Rudy kind of like realizing that he's not being conversing with Fitz that more, with a lot of the other stuff. Fitz also has her own stuff. And yeah, so then he runs into them, him and Luke, in the market, and later on realizes that's actually Ariel in disguise. And little by little, he kind of thinks, like, wait, am I really in love with him? And then he kind of thinks about whether he's a boy or a girl because that has never been confirmed, and tries to ask around and everything. But in the end, he realizes when Fitz almost falls on top of him and he grabs him or her, you know. And yeah, he realizes and he's like, oh, so you're a girl. And Fitz just runs away. That was funny, seeing how she was like, oh no, I'm a boy, and just runs away. And yeah, then there you go, that was the whole thing. So now he's like, all right, you know what, I'm going to take this slow, like I'm not going to, I'm pretty sure like the fact that she's keeping this a secret must mean like have a bigger significance. I'm going to keep it slow and just go on my own way. And obviously his situation over there also kind of changed, and he realized this is the way to cure himself from his ed. And yeah, let's see what happens in this episode. So episode 11, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here, sync to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that's how you start the episode. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Not nothing, but you know, not the full thing. Mm. But just say that I know that he's not a boy but a girl. Well, okay. Hmm. Well. Oh boy. Wait, did she not tell them that he knows? Oh, I think she hasn't told them. I thought that. Okay. Oh, wait. There you go. Okay, they know. A little bird told me. Yeah. Yeah, what will you do? Exactly. That is the thing here. Like, wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ariel. Please tell Sylph. Yeah. God damn. Oh boy. Yeah, like now that he knows that he's a girl, like I feel like now is the perfect time. Like, and no more dilly dallying. Come on. What? She says no. Hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Come on. You think he doesn't remember? I guess it's been a long time. Yeah. So he's just. Hmm. I guess, but no. Come on. What? You're just assuming stuff now. Yeah. Okay. So right. Oh. Wait. When? Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say that. Well, he didn't know. Like what? What a lovely story. Yeah. Okay. Right. Hmm. There you go. Um. Wow. Wait, what? All right. Okay. Good God. Uh, wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, you think she? Oh boy. Wow. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Oh, there she is. Where's Rudy? There. No. Oh, there he is. The bodyguard is also there. Can I have a bit of your time? Hmm. Yeah, Rudy probably thinks that she's going to talk about the whole. Wow. Yeah. Flying Fortress. Oh, is he talking about the? Oh, this is the plan. Okay. The other nobles are there. Damn, this is an elaborate plan. Freeze French. So yeah, can you help us out? I guess. Oh, okay. No! Oh my God. You idiot. You know what? Just tell him. No, this is not that type of. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, you know what? Just tell him. Go in. There you go. You had to. You just had to say that. There you go. All right, here we are. Oh. Okay. Pay for your stuff. Yeah. That's fine. Oh my God. Stop it. Hey. Okay. Well. Whoa. Damn. This is convenient. Well, I doubt Sylphie's paying attention in this situation. Okay. Hmm. Well, about that. Hmm. Oh my God. Okay. Hmm. Oh no, what's she going to do? Oh no, is what the? Oh, is she going to like? No, wait, what? Oh, that is why he took his wand, so that he can literally wipe out clouds. Oh yeah, he did. Okay, that's why he took the wand to amplify her own magic power, so that Rudy cannot do anything. I see. That's interesting. Because she knew that she couldn't do it normally because Rudy's too powerful. I think so. Yeah, and that's why I said like it worked both ways. It lowered Rudy's power. It increased Fitz's. Yeah. All right. So this was her plan. Okay. Face. Oh boy. Huh. Wait, this kind of reminds me of a certain scene with Ares, wasn't it? The same thing happened with Ares, I remember. Oh, it's like something's weird. Well, about that. Wow. He has no idea what's going on. Well, obviously. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, well, that. Hmm. Hmm. It's like. Wait, wait. Okay. Yeah, because obviously she's. Yeah. He can literally do that. She's trying to recreate the whole thing, and like that's why like what happened with Rudy when he thought Sylph was a boy. Kind of, he's like recreating it a little bit. I don't know. So that his memory jogs or remembers. Ah. Oh boy. Mm. Uh, I suppose I'll have to. Oh boy. Alright. Obviously, he knows that she's a girl, but he doesn't know that she's Sylph. That is just. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Yep, there you go. His. Yep. Well, oh my god. Yeah, he's remembering now, obviously, like because exactly the same thing that happened, Rudy did. Oh boy. Okay, he still doesn't real. Maybe now. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. There you go. Perfect. Well. Hmm. Well. Yes. Just. Just like I thought it would go. Exactly. And I'm glad that it went just like I thought it would. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So. Right. So this is the penultimate episode. There's another episode after this. So let's see how this proceeds. And there's the thing, like he realized when he took out the sunglasses. So yeah, the sunglasses was definitely, and even I was like, yeah, you know what? The sunglasses were really actually a big problem to realizing her identity because when he took out the sunglasses, obviously, like Sylphie's hair was always short. Here as well, her hair is short. The only difference is that the color of the hair, and that's it. So once he took out the sunglasses, it was pretty apparent who she was. So there you go. The sunglasses were literally the biggest reason I feel like for which prevented Rudy from recognizing Sylvie. Yeah. And once he realized that she's a girl, and then the sunglasses, he took it out. There you go, immediate realization. Alright, is that it? That was it. Okay. Amazing episode. Just like I was expecting it to go. It went exactly like that. And I'm glad that it went exactly like that, because I was like, you know what? Please, no more no more, like complications. Just get it over with. Like it's been like a whole season of like Fitz interacting with Rudy, and like finally almost at the final episode, we reached a part where it's the best chance that her identity could be revealed. And yeah, there you go. That was it. Because there was a part of me thinking, what are they going to do? Are they going to keep dragging this whole, oh, I'm a girl, but I don't know her, like she's a girl, but I don't know her actual identity. Are they going to drag it for like more than this, and like maybe in the next season they're going to reveal her identity or something? I was thinking about that. But previous episode we got to know, like not we, but Rudy got to know that Fitz is a girl, and in this episode we Rudy gets to know that who she is. She's Sylphiet. And yeah, perfect. Like, because there was a chance they could have dragged it for like a few more episodes. But nah, there you go. We have it now. All right. So, okay, let's talk about this episode as a whole. This was the episode which I'm pretty sure everyone was waiting for. From the beginning of the season, everyone wanted Rudy to understand who this girl is, and like to know her identity. And not only that, even like the fact that not only did Rudy get to know her identity, but also Sylvie had confessed. Two things happened at the same episode. So yeah, like everyone probably was waiting for this, and it finally happened. And now we have progression. The relationship can progress after this. I love how what's that word? How articulate, is that a word? I think how articulate they were in making this whole plan and make sure that it goes flawlessly, and it went flawlessly. And like the fact that obviously Rudy, it's been a while that Rudy has seen Sylphiet, so the fact that they completely recreated the whole thing that made Rudy, when he was a kid, made Rudy realize Sylphiet is a girl. They recreated that whole thing, making it easy for Rudy to kind of recall that same incident and kind of put the two faces together and recognize her. Because she could have just said that, oh, I'm Sylphiet, and I'm pretty sure Rudy would have been like, oh really, okay, amazing, like finally I found you. Because yeah, Rudy remembered Sylphiet. Like it wasn't that Rudy didn't remember, but obviously Sylphiet and everyone else were a little bit afraid of the fact that maybe she didn't remember, because it's been a while. Like it's been quite a while, and Rudy was a kid. So they probably thought like that might have been the case, and that's why they took such an elaborate, made such an elaborate plan so that everything goes flawlessly. And like that is why I feel like the fact that Rudy himself realized that it is Sylphiet was better in this situation. Because yeah, she could have just told her, and he definitely would have remembered. Like I'm pretty sure about it. But no, like the way this went was a bit better, I think. And yeah, like Rudy himself realized, and I feel like that was better in this occasion, because Sylvie already knew this was Rudy. So what was left was Rudy to realize this is Sylphiet. But there have been I think, how many months did she say? Like 6 months or something has passed. That many months Rudy has spent with Fitz without knowing that she is a girl and she's Sylphiet would definitely interfere in the process of him realizing this is Sylphiet. So that is why they made this whole thing, and Rudy himself realized, which was, I don't know, I feel like better in this situation. And I love how the plan was just, to take him to like a forest. Take him to a forest, make it rain, and obviously Rudy has the power to wipe out the rain clouds. So Fitz took his wand so that he doesn't amplify his power, and she even like increased the rain power so that the rain falls. And then all of this, like like there was a good chance that this could have failed if Rudy somehow was able to wipe out the clouds. But no, like it went according to plan, and everything is good now. So yeah, I wonder how this is going to go from here onwards. Like obviously Rudy knows that this is Sylphiet, so he cannot like reveal this in front of anybody. Like he himself has to keep it a secret. And like obviously I'm pretty sure he would want to spend more time with Sylphiet from here onwards. Even Sylphiet would want that. So I wonder how this is going to go then. But I guess they were always spending time together. Like even though like even Rudy didn't when Rudy didn't know that Fitz was Sylphiet. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be probably be the same, but the only difference will be that each will know who they are. Like not each will know. Sorry, Rudy will know that this is Sylphiet. That will be the only difference. But everything else will be, I'm pretty sure, will be pretty much like normal, because yeah, Rudy spent a lot of time with Fitz, if you remember, throughout the day, like just hanged out together and hung out together and everything. So none of that will change, obviously. But yeah. So there you go. All right. So that was this episode, an episode which obviously everyone was waiting for, and I'm glad this happened as soon as possible. I'm glad that it didn't like stretch to the next season. So yeah, from here onwards, let's see how this goes. And this is probably one of the best episodes. Yeah. So let's wait and see. Okay. So now I'm going to go step by step throughout this whole episode, talking about everything and discussing everything just like I usually do. Okay. So in the beginning, we get to see Rudy, obviously in his head, thinking that, all right, Fitz senpai is a girl, and he's like, what should I do now? And he's also like talking about how his situation down there at that point of time did kind of change, but then from that point onwards nothing has changed. Like he's back to being like his like his thing down there is back to being unresponsive. So yeah, he's like, I wonder what should I do here in this situation and all that. And Luke comes in, and Luke is obviously like the first thing that Luke wanted to confirm with Rudy was like, now that you know that Fitz is a boy, what are you going to do? Because yeah, we need to understand that the main thing about Luke is keeping the whole situation of Fitz and Ariel a secret. Like the fact that Ariel goes out like in disguise and everything, like that was also leaked in front of Rudy. So and the fact that Fitz is a boy, that is also something they need to keep a secret. So obviously Luke doesn't know Rudy as Sylphie knows Rudy. So Luke obviously was a little bit rattled here and afraid here, and he definitely would have definitely was thinking I wonder what Rudy's now going to do. Is he going to spread this around or something? But yeah, I'm pretty sure if Sylphia definitely knew that Rudy wasn't going to do anything like that. But Luke doesn't know Rudy, so Luke obviously was a little bit afraid. So that's why he came here, and he was probably going to confront him and talk to him and say oh, you know about Sylphia? I hope you keep it a secret. And that's why he came here and stood. And Rudy knew immediately what Luke was trying to say. So Rudy said, you know what? I ain't got any type of problem with you guys. You definitely have a reason why you're doing this. I don't know the reason why you guys are doing this, why you're keeping the identity a secret, and why keeping the fact that Fitz is a girl a secret. But I'm not going to spread anything or any kind of thing. I don't want to go against you guys, I want peace, for the love of God, don't come at me. So that was literally what he said. He was like, you know what, okay, I'm going to read this part. I may be repeating myself. I have no intention of opposing any of you. So I don't know Mr. Fitz's identity or anything else. And Luke is like, oh, you feign ignorance for us. Why? Obviously, it's a sensible question. Why would you do that? You don't even know us that much. And the only person you know is Fitz. All right, and he's like, I've cut my ties with both Boreas and Notos, and more importantly, I'm afraid to challenge you. Yeah, because the fact is, Luke is one of his relatives. And that's also something that Luke was probably thinking, maybe if he tells this to the Notos and the Boreas, yeah, I don't know, like more political stuff, I'm guessing, like more politics within families and stuff, I don't know, something like that. So that's why Rudy's like, you know what, I've cut my ties with them, so I have no connection to them, and I have no reason to tell them about what's happening here, so you can sleep easy at night. I'm not going to spread this around, and I'm afraid to challenge you, so let's leave it at that. But here's the thing, I'm pretty sure if Rudy wanted, he could have easily challenged everyone here in this school and probably win. Not sure about Badigadi though, because Badigadi was able to withstand the shot that Rudy shot at him. So not sure about Badigadi or what's his name, Zanoba. But everyone else in this school, I feel like, yeah, Rudy could probably go against them and win. So like, but obviously this is Rudy. Rudy is never doesn't really want to go in the in that type of direction. So that's why he's like, I'm afraid of trying to go against you guys. I don't want any of that. Just leave it at that, and just runs away. So Luke is like, okay, yeah. So right. So after that, we get to see Fitz or Sylphie. I'm going to call her Sylphie from here onwards. Sylphie is has come in front of Ariel and Luke, and obviously the thing that Ariel I love how Sylphie at first is like kind of like just tiptoeing around the whole situation, and Ariel's like, you know what, I know what happened, so you don't have to do anything, I know that you that day he touched you and he realized you're a girl and you just ran away screaming, I'm a boy. I know all of that. So let's bypass all of that and let's have a conversation. So the whole conversation here is Ariel asking Fitz, what do you want to do? Or Sylphie, what do you want to do? And she actually says a very sensible, she's like, you know what, it's been, where is that part? 6 months, I think? Yeah, after 6 months without any progress, I feel like I have to take a step now. And I'm like, thank you. Yeah. And not only that, I just realized another thing that I had an inkling to, obviously I kind of realized that, but I never realized it to its entirety. In this episode, after seeing this whole conversation, I realized there's another reason why Sylphie wasn't really telling Rudius about her identity. It's because she's afraid of betraying, not obviously this isn't really a betrayal, but she's afraid that Ariel was the one who, I guess you could say, saved her and gave her a place, and she's good friends with Ariel. So she's afraid of the fact that if he tells Rudy about, obviously the fact that Rudy might not remember is a big thing in her head as well. She's afraid of that as well. But there's another reason, which is if by some way or the other Rudy realizes that this is Sylphie and they actually she tells that to him, the fact that she will have to move on her own way and leave Ariel's side, that is also another thing she's afraid of. So I just realized throughout this whole conversation, I realized that is also another reason for why she wanted and was always keeping this a secret. The fact that Rudy might have forgotten was definitely the biggest driving factor of her keeping it a secret. But there was a little thing added to it as well, which is she didn't want to, she was very comfortable with Ariel and was very happy with them as well. So the fact that if she tells it to Rudy will mean that she probably will have to leave them and go on her own way along with Rudy is something that she didn't want. It's something like that, obviously. I just realized it throughout this whole conversation where she says that I don't want to betray you, that part. Here's this section. When Ariel is like, what do you want to do? Obviously I understand that you have feelings for Rudy. Isn't there something that you want to do? And here Sylphie says, no. And then, Ariel is like, you saved me so many times ever since we have first met. And yeah, and Sylphie's like, only because I want to help a friend. So Ariel says, holding back for my sake is just like you. And then she says that, but you're my friend, not my servant. Yeah, so If you've found what you want to do, here we go, this line. Put that first and leave me. Because yeah, like this is the thing. This is something that Sylvie knew that she will have to do if she tells and reveals her identity to Rudy. That she'll have to leave Ariel and move alongside Rudy from here onward. Which is something she definitely wants to do. But the fact that she like obviously she wants to move along with Rudy, but she doesn't want to leave Ariel as well. That's the thing. And that's why she was like kind of like extending, like that one thing we always tackle in anime, not only in anime, in real life as well, that there's like you have like a best friend, and like you like them, like like in that way, and you try to, we've seen this multiple times in anime, and it happens in real life as well, and you try to confess, but you're afraid of the fact that if you confess, you will be going towards like something completely different, and your friendship will be compromised. That will kind of like, even if that person accepts or doesn't expect, either way your friendship, the thing that you had with them, is going to somehow be compromised and just like fall apart. And they're afraid of changing the status quo and move on to do something new and walk on a completely new path. Kind of like that, if you think about it. Like, she would definitely want to move along with Rudy, but the fact that if she does that, up until now what was happening, her relationship with Ariel and everything else, a lot of changes will come to that, and she will have to accept it, and she's afraid of like compromising that to do something completely new that she definitely wants to do. That type of thing. That's what I think. And that is also another small little reason why she was always keeping her identity hidden. And she was afraid of taking that step. Because she knows that if she takes that step, everything that has been built up until now will somehow be compromised. And that's why Ariel says here that put yourself first and leave me, if that's what you have to do. And Sylvie says like that would be betrayal. And Ariel is like, oh no, like have courage and answer me. What do you want to do? And she's like, and in the end, she's like, yeah, like I want to be with Rudy. And then she's like, yeah, good job. Like you do what you have to do. So like now that like problem is out of the way, the bigger problem, which is like I said, the bigger problem for Sylvie not revealing her identity. If Rudy has forgotten about me, what then? That thing. So Ariel's like, all right, let's talk about it then. It's been a while. Obviously, I wouldn't like expect Rudy to remember everything from his childhood. So let's talk about it. So they sit down and they start having conversation, and they're like, all right, you know what? Can you reveal to me what are the most important and the most striking things that you remember from your childhood with Rudy? Those sections will definitely be striking for Rudy as well. So maybe we can kind of recreate that and like make it like make Rudy remember. I love how Luke is like, oh, I'm 100% sure that Rudy doesn't remember. Yeah, Luke? Like 100% sure? I think that's what she says. Where is it? Where's that part? Okay, that won't work. Since she hasn't remembered her yet, he must have completely forgotten about. What are you on about? First of all, he didn't know that Fitz is a girl. Now that he knows about it, Fitz has a freaking sunglass which blocks everything, his half of her face, and her hair color is white. Like, what? Why? Like, I don't understand this. How can people expect Rudy to remember Sylvie after all of this? Like, not only Luke, I've seen a lot of people in the comments as well talk about this in like different reaction videos, and stuff. And in the whole anime in itself, I've seen in the comment section people saying like, oh, why does he not recognize her? Come on, guys. Like, you think like what? Like, we are the audience, we can obviously recognize her, not Rudy. You see, so like, first of all, it's been so many years. Then he thought that Fitz is a boy and not a girl. Second, she has such a big sunglass on top of her head, which blocks off half of her face, so you cannot recognize her. And fourth of all, like, her hair color is different. So, you think Rudy could recognize her at the? Nah, you know what? In no way. I don't know. And Luke here as well. He's like, oh, he's definitely forgotten about her. Yeah, I don't think so. Anyways. Good God. And anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, so she's like, so any kind of memories that stand out together. So the first memory, obviously, like she's like, oh, I remember the memory when, where's that part? Okay, memories. Okay, yeah, the bully memory. She's like, oh, that was the first, like, like striking memory that I remember, that when I was being bullied because of my hair color, Rudy saved me. And yeah, so that was the first one. Obviously, you cannot really recreate this one, so out of the question. So what else? So they're like, anything else? Obviously, Sylvie brings out another memory, which is something that I exactly expected, which was the whole, like that thing, and the Rudy, like mistaking him to be a boy, like undressing her and all that. I love how when she says all of this, you know, Sylph and not Sylphie, sorry, and Ariel and Luke are like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, what happened? And Sylphie's like, oh, what a funny memory I have, like this happened. And Ariel's like, okay, right. And then the part after this that comes after this is the most hilarious part of this episode, where Ariel is like, all right, you know what? Now that we have known that you want to tell Rudy your identity, what do you even want after your identity is revealed? Like, what do you want to do with Rudy? Like, how do you want to, like, move forward? And she's like, oh, well, we'll share a bed, and then we will, like, like, where's that part? Okay, let me read. He'll chuckle and say, no, wait. I'll be crude too and say, oh, Rudy, how many do you want to put in me? Oh my god, what? And not only that, she keeps saying all of these things and emoting. She's like putting her hands out, like hugging that globe, that whatever that is. And she's just all over the good god. And I was like, you know what? Okay, but take this seriously. Like if this doesn't work, I'm going to forbid you from speaking to Rudy as Grey Rat from here onwards. So you better not fool around. Just take this seriously. And Sylvie's like, okay. So here we go. The plan begins. So the plan is when they were out there having lunch, Sylvie comes in and Sylvie's like, Rudy, I want to have a conversation with you in private. Can you please come? Now, obviously, Rudy was probably thinking that she wants to talk about the whole girl thing. Like, oh, I'm a girl. And, that's why she told him to come in private. So, Rudy's like, all right, sure. Okay. And Sylvie's like, right, I need help. And she, tells, this was their plan. So, the plan was to tell that Ariel had made a bet with some other royal person, and talking about bodyguards, how strong their bodyguards are, and they have made a bet about going to the, what name was it? Just a minute. The name of the place. It was like, just tell me, even if it's defeating the red dragon, I'll do it for you. No problem. So yeah. No, she bragged to another noble about their bodyguard, and okay, need to find a flower that grows deep in the forest of hail, and the name of the flower is tree's fringe, which only blooms in winter. So obviously Sylvie was trying to make it make the conversation go in a direction where she would be like, right, Rudy, so since I need to go, I need someone to go with me. Can you come with me, please, and help me out? You're a strong person. That was definitely the direction she was trying to go with, but she was kind of dilly-dallying around the whole thing. That's why Rudy's like, don't worry, I have people I have connections to, so I'll talk to them. If it's like, no, that defeats the purpose. Like, she bragged about me, the bodyguard. It's not going to be my strength that I'm going to get it with. Rudy's like, don't worry, connections are also a strength, which is true, obviously, but not in this world, I think. Kind of in, or at least in this situation. So Fitz is like, no, this is it's not going to go in this way. I need someone, I need to go myself, and I need someone to go with me. And Rudy's like, alright, no, don't worry. Like, I got you. Like, I have some adventures that I know, like the step ladder. They're here. I think that was their name, yeah. I can tell them to go with. And she's like, no, like, where's that part? Okay, so finally Sylphie's like, no, like, couldn't you do this? Like, like, I don't need anyone else to, like, come with me. Just come with me. And Rudy's like, okay, if you want that, fine. And I'm like, good God, you could have just started with that. Oh boy, but you know what? It's tough. Like meeting your childhood friend after like 10 years and trying to, like say something like this to them. And she knows what she's going to do from here onwards. So yeah, I understand. Don't worry. At least in the end, she was like, you know what? Screw it. No more like beating around the bush. Let me just tell him to come with me. And we're just like, all right, sure, why not? Like like if that's what you want, it's okay. And yeah, so after that, they're on their way, and they have this big, like like the suits and everything, the warm clothes that they need to come to this like cold place. So Sylphie's like, do I need to pay you for your services? And Rudy's like, oh no, it's fine, it's okay, like. And Sylphie's like, no, I can't pay you, And he's like, yeah, it's fine, like I don't come cheap. Okay, so, and she's like, wait a minute, buying Rudy with money, and she goes in a delusion mode again. Anyway, it's like, okay, so then Rudy after that melts the snow and makes it easy for them to go to that particular direction. And now that they are quite, like, I love the fact that Sylphie was waiting for them to go deep in the forest so that if the rain comes, they actually cannot go back. They'll need to go somewhere to find shelter. Like if she did this like very close to the outskirts of the play, their school academy, then Rudy probably would have been like, oh, let's go back, So she waited for them to go deep in the forest so that now you cannot come back. And that's when she started her plan. So there you go. So here kind of the execution of the plan. So Sylphie's like, oh, your wand, I was always interested in it. Since I don't have a wand like this, I want to hold it. Can I do that? Oh my god. And here like all the innuendos. My god. What do you think of the heft? It's so thick. It was okay. Yeah, well, I'm not going to repeat that. But okay, so after that, I was thinking that Sylvie would probably be a little bit jealous or something, because when Rudy said that, oh, like a noble woman, I like kind of tutored, like gave it to me or something like that. But Sylvie doesn't really like react much. She's like, and that's it. But then Sylvie's like, alright, time to start my plan. So you see, Sylvie herself, like it's crazy how crazy, like out of the world Rudy's magic is, that he can literally stop the rain clouds with his own mana. However, Sylvie needed a ring to do it. She puts on a ring, and to make the cloud, she needed that. Like that's how crazy off the charts Rudy's mana pool is. Like he can literally make the whole like place like cloudy and wipe it out with his own mana, with a little bit of amplification from the wand. But Sylvie needed the ring as well, so she uses it to make the rain come in. And I'm like, oh, but Rudy can take this down completely. And that was like, she also knew that Rudy can completely wipe it out. So that is why she took the wand. So she was like, alright, if I take the wand from Rudy, he won't be able to wipe out the clouds. But that was her mistake, because the clouds come in, and Rudy's like, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And he almost takes care of it without his wand, And Sylphie's like, oh no, this is a problem. What should I do? And she's like, okay, let me do it as Rudy taught me and make the rain fall down. I'll gather the moisture into the cloud, cool it, and let it fall. And she does that. So it works both ways. This time Rudy's not able to wipe out the clouds, and he's kind of confused. He's like, wait, what is going on? I usually am able to wipe out the clouds, but it's not happening this time. So it worked both ways. First of all, Rudy didn't have her wand, so it didn't amplify his magic. Secondly, Sylphie had Rudy's wand, so Sylphie was able to amplify the rain using the wand, with the help of the wand, so that the rain falls down. That's why it worked both ways. It lowered Rudy's power and increased Sylphie's power, so it worked out perfectly. So there you go. So that's what Sylphie says in the end. Like, I took it to prevent Rudy from casting his spell, but this wand ended up helping me as well, to make the plan fulfilled. So Rudy obviously was a bit suspicious. Rudy's like, what's happening here? Like, this doesn't happen. He didn't really say much stuff. He's like, all right, let's then go in and try to find a shelter. So he does that. And like, over there it has been raining, so the clothes are wet and everything. So Rudy goes there, takes off his shirt, and Rudy's thinking like, okay, not Sylphie, Fitz Senpai definitely realized like someone made the spell. Like, obviously at this point Rudy didn't realize that Sylphie is the one who did it, because of this is her whole plan. So he's thinking like, oh, some other magician is probably doing, some other mage is probably doing this. And Fitz Senpai realized that, and that's why he's so anxious. So like, while Sylphie is just anxious about the fact that she'll have to do what she'll have to do here, as we see. So Rudy takes off his dress, and Rudy obviously knows that Sylphie is a girl, so he realizes what's happening. And like, he kind of looks on the different direction, but he sees that Sylphie is not moving with the clothes, and like shivering, like warm, like thick clothes. Obviously it has been wet, so it's it's troublesome. So Rudy's like, Fitz Senpai, I know that like the whole situation, that you are a girl. And Sylphie's like, she affirms it, confirms it this time. And Rudy's like, okay, then I'm going to look on the other direction. You can undress yourself and kind of like what's that word? Blow the clothes, and like dry it up and put it back on, and then I'll look back again. What's interesting? I remember a similar scene happening with Eris. However, for Eris, you remember Rudy actually, I think he peeked, didn't he? You can see I guess you could say the development here, because Rudy actually doesn't peek here. He keeps looking in the direction, and after a while, like he's thinking like, what's going on? Why is she not moving or anything? That is when she looks back. He looks back. Before that, he didn't peek. So again, like, you can see how he's changing little by little, and he actually respects her privacy this time, unlike Eris. But yeah, like when after a while Rudy's like, okay, I'm not really hearing anything, because obviously if she undresses and then dries the thing, noise is going to be made, like when she'll be using the like magic to dry her clothes and everything. Obviously it's going to make noise. So he's thinking like, what's happening here? And he looks back and he sees that Sylphie's still like in the dress and shivering. And Rudy's like, come on, like like, I know, like you're a girl, that's why I looked behind. And if you don't undress yourself, it's going to, like, you're going to, your temperature is going to go down and you're going to die. And he's like, okay, you're having trouble with me being here, no problem, I can make you a room. I feel like Rudy can literally do that. He can just use the earth magic to probably like enclose a space completely and make a room. And he's like, I can do that, or best, I can leave the cave, if you want me to. And he was going to go, but Sylphie stops him, and Sylphie's like, no, like, like, you do it, like, you take off my clothes. And Rudy's like, you do understand that I know you're a girl, right? So yeah, like, and Sylphie's like, it's fine, like, I want to do. And then obviously, like, he takes out her dress, and little by little he remembers. That's what I said, like, his memory overlaps, and it was like, the plan was a success. What they wanted to do is like make the situation kind of same, so that Rudy kind of does the same things that he did when he was a kid, when he didn't know Sylphie was a girl, and do the same thing, and little by little, like, kind of like, like, recollect, like, wait a minute, I remember this, something like this happened when I was a child. I, like, Sylphie was the person who I did this with, and then look at her face and realize this is Sylphie. This was actually a really good plan, because that's exactly what happens. He's like, I remember something like this happened when I was a kid. And like, then he takes out, like, her dress and everything, and pulls down the pants, because that's exactly what happened. I remember in season 1, Rudy exactly did that, and Sylphie's freaked out completely, and Rudy's like, wait, you're a girl? But anyways, here finally, when Rudy's like, oh, I remember this, the way she gets embarrassed and her ears go red and she scratches her ears. I remember this from when I was a kid. And then when it finally dawns on him what's happening and who she is, he takes out her sunglasses and looks at her face, and he's like, Fitz senpai, is your name by any chance Sylphie? And Sylphie is like, yes. Finally you remember. I'm Sylphie from Biona village. And hugs him. Rudy also hugs her. And and not only that, it doesn't stop at that. Sylphie even confesses. Sylphie's like, I've always loved you, Rudy, from the beginning, from that day. Please never leave me again. I want to stay with you forever. And there you go. That was it. That was how it ended. So yes, that perfect way it ended. Not only did Rudy get to know Sylphie's identity, Sylphie even confessed. So there you go. That's why I'm saying it's perfect. I'm glad that they did not drag this whole thing. Like, oh, now I know Fitz is a girl, but I don't know her actual identity. I'm glad that they didn't drag this to 5 or 6 episodes or something. Because honestly speaking, I was expecting that. I was thinking that's what's going to happen, because this season is almost at the end. I thought they were going to drag this to the next season. But no, everything happened in this episode, one episode. Not only that, we even get something extra, that is Sylphie confessing. So there you go. Like, perfect. So the next episode will be the final episode of this season. I really hope we get some kind of a news that part 2 season 2 confirmed 3 months later or 6 months later, just like it happened with season 1 part 2. Remember, I hope something like that happens in the next episode, because this is 12 episodes only. They usually do it 2 course, like 12. That's what happened in first season. They did the first 12 and kind of announced immediately that 12 more episodes are coming. Did it, we waited a little for the second season, and now we have the first part of second season. So hopefully the second part of the second season is announced tomorrow, not tomorrow, sorry, next week. I really hope that. Let's wait and see. So that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And yes, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week with the final episode of Mushoku Tensei Season 2. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.